Come on. I think because it takes forever. All right. Good. Okay, let's go back. Yes, if you said journalist, you're absolutely right. Okay, journalist, reporter, something like that. Okay, I need everybody's attention because I already know these, right? This is for your benefit to help us remember them. Now, I have another question. I have in this spinner, yeah, you guys should be able to see my screen, the word periodista. And we talked about patterns, right? Those words that end in O, those words that end in E, those words that end in ista, those words that end in letters like R's and L's and that. Tell me, very good, Kimura, in the spinner that you all see, is that a male journalist or a female journalist or an unknown? Good heaven. Good Kimura. Is it a female? You can tell me F. You can tell me M for a male journalist, or is it an unknown? You can tell me U if it's unknown. Good, Arshis. Anyone else? Good, Elizabeth. Ooh, Elizabeth's hot today. Good job. All right. So if you said, you guys, you or unknown, you're absolutely right because it's ista. Remember, we talked about those professions that end in ista. The word is neither masculine nor feminine. You have to tell it. If it's a male journalist, you're going to use el periodista, the male journalist. If it's a female journalist, then you would just say la periodista. So that ista ending, ista, is an unknown gender, right? You have to be specific and say el or la. Okay? Everybody clear? All right, let's spin again. Oh, turista. What's it mean? ¿Qué quiere decir turista? Clase, ¿qué es un turista? Very good, Elizabeth. Very good, Kimura.
Tourist.
Very good, Arshis. Muy bien, James. Okay, so who can tell me? Is this masculine, feminine, or unknown? MF or U?
Unknown.
Okay, it is absolutely unknown. Why is it unknown?
Because it ends with the A.
Because it ends in A? No, it ends in what? Ista. It ends in ista. Anytime you see that ISTA and it's a profession or like something like that, it is unknown. And so we have to be specific. Is it a male tourist, the tourist, el turista, or the tourist who happens to be a female, la turista? It's ISTA, okay? That is unknown. All right, let's do a few more. Amigo, what's it mean? ¿Qué quiere decir amigo?
Friend?
Friend. Muy bien, friend. Okay, Marlisa, is this a male friend or a female friend? M or F or unknown? Tell me. MF or unknown? Amigo. MF or unknown? Come on, you guys. I want to hear from everyone. Good. You guys are all telling me masculine. How do we know this? How do we know? Carolina, how do we know it's masculine? Good heaven. Elizabeth, muy bien. Carolina, how do we know it's masculine? Friend, a dude friend, a guy friend. Priscilla, very good. The O, absolutely. The O at the end tells us it's el amigo, the friend who happens to be a guy. Okay? All right, muy bien. All right, let's do one more or maybe two. Not there. Not there. Niña. Now, obviously, you guys, this is supposed to have the little squiggly tilde on top of the N there, but I can't do that in this. So, yes.
Boy?
Tell me what it means. It ends in an A. It's not going to be boy. It's going to be what? Good, you guys. Yes.
Girl?
A little girl, absolutely, a little girl, right? A little girl. La niña, the little girl, la niña. Okay. All right. One more. Maybe not. Maybe not. Good job, DK. Okay. Hombre. So, first of all, wait, before we do anything, is this masculine, feminine, or unknown? M, F, or E? Very good, you guys. Very good. C. It's masculine, but it ends in an E. How in the heck am I supposed to know that? Well, this is the one example where the word means man. El hombre, the man. So even though it ends in an E, since we're talking about the man, that tells us it's masculine. That was another tricky one. Okay. All right. Any questions about any of these, you guys? Questions about any of these? Good warm up today. Muy bien. All right. I'm going to stop sharing that. Okay. We're going to do something a little different today. Okay. Let me switch up my background so we can see what I'm doing. Okay. And clase, first of all, feliz jueves. Happy Thursday. Some of you joined us a little late today. Es el 25, right? The 25th of September, el 25 septiembre. Wow, this month went quickly, right? Hoy vamos a practicar con las formas correctas de los artículos. So we're going to practice with the correct forms of the articles, which we've already done. Those definite articles, those specific articles that mean the, right? Y con el vocabulario en una cuenta. I have a little short kind of a story for us about un niño que se llama Miguel, a boy named Miguel. And we may or may not get to that today. And if we don't, that's cool. You know, Monday's another day, right? So maybe the quicker we move, the quicker we can get to our story and stuff like that. But you know what? We actually have to learn how to do a story in Spanish. So that might take us some time as well. We'll see how far we get. Okay. But that's the plan today. So let's get started because I'm excited about this. Okay. I'm going to pull up my slides if I can find them. There they are. And I'm going to share them with you. Now, if you are a note taker, by all means, you can jot down some things, okay? So we were talking earlier this morning about los artículos definidos, those definite articles, the. When we are being specific, right? The boy, that particular boy over there with the blue shirt on, right? The dog, the brown dog, right? That particular brown dog, the. Specific, definite. Right? Today, we're going to add the ones that are not specific, the ones that are indefinite. And this is tricky, 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 tricky. Okay, so please, if you're a note person, do that, right? If you're not a note person and you're a listener, do that. If you want to take a screenshot of this screen, do that, whatever works for you, okay? But we have been practicing with the and those 4 forms of the, okay? Now, the good news is there's 4 forms of an indefinite article as well, because like in Spanish, most things work that way, the 4 criteria, right? So we've already understood that. We don't have to think about that anymore, right? We just need to think about how they work and what they mean, okay? All right, so once again, you guys, let's contrast the idea of what is a definite article to be specific. And again, you guys, it means the, what we've been talking about, right, is the. So el becomes los in the plural, and la becomes las. Okay, the book, the books, the computer, the computers. We've established that. What I want us to do is start looking at the indefinite articles. Okay. We're not going to do that because I know you guys know this. This is good. Okay. Here we go. Here's our new info. Okay. Now, before you write or do anything, let's just listen a minute. Okay. So we're talking about an indefinite article. In other words, things that are not specific. Not specific. Meaning in English, we use a or an. So in my earlier example, the dog, right? The brown dog versus a brown dog. Okay. So we have our 4 forms. They all mean a or an, however you want to look at it. Okay, for English. Un or una, unos or unas. So now, instead of saying the boy, el niño, we can say a boy, any old boy, right? Any old, we're not being specific about a specific boy, un niño, just a boy. Okay. If we're saying a girl, una niña, for example, una, a, not any specific girl, not the one in the blue dress or the one with the blonde hair or whatever, just a girl. A girl came to the door today, some girl, just a girl, right? To make them plural, okay? Un niño becomes unos niños. Notice we have to make both words, unos niños, right? And una becomes unas niñas. Okay? So if perro is masculine, it would be un perro, a dog. I saw a dog running down the street today, right? A dog. I saw a dog, just a general unspecified dog. Okay. All right. Questions before we go on. So the word a, even in English, right, we refer to it as indefinite or not specific, right? Not specific. Okay. So un and una, unos and unas all mean a. Questions? Okay, and we're going to see what they look like here in just a minute, okay? All right, so if we want to talk about a horse, since horse is masculine and singular, and I know that because of my O here, a horse, un. A horse runs fast. It's got 4 legs, right? It runs fast. Not any particular horse, but horses in general. Do y'all see what I'm saying here? In general, horses, dogs, people, we use indefinite articles when we are talking about things in general, not specific. So if you're a note person, you got it. Okay. So in English, our plural of a horse runs fast. A dog is walking down the street. A dog is walking down the street. Or if there's more than one dog, we would say some. Some dogs are walking down the street. Okay, so in Spanish, un becomes unos. Some dogs, some horses, some boys, some girls, some chairs, some desks, some water bottles, pick a thing. It doesn't make any difference. Okay. If it's like a painting, una pintura, right? Or some paintings. If we need to be plural, unas pinturas. So again, if you're taking notes or if you're gonna take a picture of my screen, okay, a or an is singular in English, right? Singular, I'm going to abbreviate. And then some is plural. Okay, so the plural for a is some. The plural for un is unos. The plural for una is unas, right? So just know in Spanish, right, that we have to make everything plural. Un becomes unos, and caballo would become caballos. Una becomes unas, pintura becomes pinturas, right? We have to make sure that we're adding our S or our ES. Okay, any questions about what we're doing here? Okay, so let's try to put it in a more context. Okay, so here's our choices. Okay, and here we are going to say a. Now, who remembers what is a mujer? What's a mujer?
A man.
I thought hombre was man.
A woman.
Oh,
A woman or wife. Okay, woman. This is an O, by the way, or wife. Okay, so if I want to say a woman, do I use un or una, unos or unas? Tell me in chat. If I want to say a woman or a wife in general, what do I do? Okay, so by definition, a woman is feminine. So our word is going to be feminine and therefore una. Yeah. Okay. A wife in general, a woman in general is shorter than a man, right? In general. Okay. Esposa is spouse, the female version of spouse. So for spouse, we have esposo for the man, esposa for the woman. There's also for husband, there's marido, right? And then wife, mujer, or esposa, right? So yeah, there's more than one word, just like in English, right? There's more than one word for almost everything, right? Yeah. Okay, how about this one? This is a trick. Very good, Kimura. Anybody else pick it up? So if we want to say a doctor, what do I do? Muy bien. So you guys are telling me a doctor. How do you know it's masculine? How do you know? What's your clue?
because for doctor in Spanish, they have different not abbreviations, but words for doctor. And if it was a female, they would have added an A and it would become doctora instead of just doctor.
Exactly. So doctor, profesor becomes profesora, doctor becomes doctora, right? All these like patterns, things that we have to kind of remember.
Yeah.
So it tells me, right, very good. This
And
tells
this is
me
kind of like their default word for doctor, so it would kind of be male.
absolutely, because remember our default is always our masculine singular, right, you guys? Okay, número tres. This tells me all boys. So we have an S here that tells me, is it singular or plural? So good, Marilisa. Good pickup. Good, Stacy. Good, Kimura. Come on, I want to hear from everyone. James, give it a try. Yeah, but which word would we use, Arshas, to say some boys? Heaven? Some. Very good, Elizabeth. Haley, muy bien. Heaven, muy bien. James, some. Some. Not the. We're off the thes, right? We're on to a wife or a doctor or some students. Look at my choices on my screen. Some students. Okay, is going to be unos, right? Unos estudiantes. I saw some boys running down the hallway. Okay, some unspecified boys in general, unos estudiantes. And I know that they're all boys because I say unos. I'm not saying the boys, those specific boys. I'm saying some boys in general were running down the hallway. Okay, James? Okay. How about numero cuatro? We need to say some. We know it's plural because there's an S, right? So which form do we use to say some? Good, Carlin? Good, Heaven? I want to hear from everyone. Akari, DK, Charlie, Dallas, Holden, Aslin. Very good. Oriana, it's chicas. So is it masculine or feminine, singular or plural? Good. Good. Some women you got, or some girls rather, unas chicas, unas, because that's feminine with an A, right? And plural with an S. And I need to say some. Some girls were, I don't know, in the cafeteria. There were some girls in the cafeteria being loud. I don't know who they were, just some girls. Okay. Some, not specific. Okay. DK, good. Número 5, you guys. Profesora. Good, Heaven. I want to say a teacher, right? A teacher. How do I do it? James, how do I do it? A teacher. Good. Arshis, Elizabeth, Marlisa, Stacy, muy bien. Haley, I haven't heard from you, have I? What do I do here? Okay, is profesora singular or plural? Yep, good job. Okay, so una, right? We only have one teacher and she happens to be a female. And I know that because it's got an A on it, right? Okay. Okay. Let's skip these. I didn't mean to do that one. What about this one? A man. A man. Yeah, a man. Very good. Un hombre. Un hombre. Okay, so what do we see here, you guys? Take a look at the screen. We see that it all works the same way, right? We look at the word to identify those patterns, which, by the way, you guys have done a great job. Is it masculine? Is it feminine? Is it singular? Is it plural? Because we have to always ask that question, right? And then in this case, we need to understand, are we talking about something specific? Do we need to say the teacher? The teacher yelled at me, right? That particular teacher, Mr. Smith yelled at me. The teacher yelled at me. Or a teacher was yelling at me. A teacher, I don't know who they were, but some teacher, a teacher, right? So specific versus not specific, specific versus general. For specific, we say the, el, la, los, or las. For in general, we say a or an or some. Un, una, unos, and unas. Okay. All right. Any questions, you guys? Okay. No questions, you're telling me. Muy bien. So let's kind of go on. Okay, let's practice, let's play, let's take a deep breath, right? And give me a second to get my screen up. And how much time do we have? Oh, we got good old time. Good old time. Okay. All right, let me get this loaded up. And on this activity, you guys, what is this? No, next. Hold on. Sorry. They give you so many options. It's like, what? Come on. Okay. So what we're going to do, you guys, is some of these have sentences in them. I want you to focus on what it is what we know, right? Look at the word. Is it masculine, feminine, singular, plural? And then choose the correct response. Do not focus on the entire sentence. Okay. Everybody clear about my instructions? Yeah. Okay. Try and zero in on what we're practicing, meaning find the item. Is it masculine, feminine, singular, plural? And then make your choice. Okay, so try this link, you guys. Click on the chat. Let me know if you have troubles. And all the choices that they gave me, I didn't see one that allowed us to hide names. So my apologies. So there are 19 of you. I should see 19 people with their little cute little avatar. Okay, I need 8 more. Aslan, Charlie, Heaven. I don't see your Go Guardian Heaven. Holden, Stacy. We need to be in our practice, por favor. DK. Stacy, I don't see your Go Guardian either, so I'm gonna assume you're in our practice. Oh, but I don't see you in there. There you are. Cute little beret. Okay, let's try. Give it your best shot, you guys. Ariana, you with us? Holden, good job. Good job, Haley. Ask Lindsay if it'll let you join in. I'm not sure if it'll let you join in late.
Sorry, my internet keeps going in and out.
Okay, I get it. Good job, you guys. Keep up the good work. DK, you need to be in the practice. Lay, you need to be in the practice. Carlin and Lele, y'all need to keep your cameras on, please. Good Hey, don't give up. Keep up. Good job, Elizabeth. James, good job. Arshus, nicely done. Thank you, DK. Mary, Marilisa, good job. Good job, Priscilla. Kamura, nicely done. Stacy. How you doing, Nikki? James is on a roll. Good job, you guys. Yeah, so Mario is a tourist. Isn't Mario a dude? Right, you guys? He's a tourist. Yes, it is easy, right? Mario is a tourist. He's not the tourist. He's not like the only tourist, right? Mario's a tourist. So what would we choose? Yeah. And then Elena and Teresa are both girls, right? Maestras. They are the teachers of the school, right? It says definite article. Okay. All right, good job. So I'm going to end the game. You guys did a great job. That's fantastic. Okay, finish up your answer. I'm going to end the game. All right, so in chat, you guys, real quick, great job. In chat, tell me 3, 2, 1. How do you feel about the and a in Spanish? Those definite and indefinite articles. 3, I got it. 2, I need practice. 1, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, Miss Rovello. 3, 2, 1. 3, I got it. 2, I need practice. 1, Miss Rovello, I don't know what you're talking about. 3, 2, 1, please, in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling about these things. Bueno. All right. Gracias. Gracias. All right. Our next thing is, let's see, we have about 20 minutes. Okay. What I would like to do, listen carefully, please, is next week, I would like to give a little quiz on these. That's kind of why I was asking you about 3, 2, 1, right? That's why it's important that you guys answer me. Our testing schedule is that our testing for this class should be on Thursday. So let's just say on Thursday, we will quiz on these definite articles and on these personas, right? The vocabulary, the tourist, the student, the journalist, the whatever, okay? Is that clear, you guys? So Thursday, yeah, we'll take a little quiz. Let me know if you have a question. In the meantime, we'll keep practicing. And in order to do that, we are going to look at a story, okay? And in the time that we have today, give me 1 second. In the time that we have today, your job is to listen. Okay, can you do that? Yeah, you can listen. Okay. And so let me get myself ready. And as you are listening, we are going to figure out I'm waiting on my computer. How much of this we can understand on our own? Okay, how much of this we can understand on our own? So give me a second to get organized. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. You all should be able to see my screen. Un niño que se llama Miguel, right? And I'm going to show you a series of images, and I am going to read to you the story. So remember, you guys, that our skills are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Writing and speaking are the 2 big ones, and they're the most difficult ones. So we practice listening and reading first. And so this is development, right, for our listening. Okay. Now, in order to do that, again, I need to stop sharing for just a second. Somebody have a question for me? Yes, a boy who's named Miguel, right? A boy named Miguel. Absolutely. Okay. So give me a second. Let me get myself organized. I apologize. I didn't know how quickly we were going to move today, but we can do this. Okay. That over here. And I'm going to move this over here. Okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen, and you all please tell me what you see. What do you see? Tell me what you see. Do you see a blue background? Okay, perfect. All right. Now, here's how this works. And you guys were going to do this all year. So this is kind of laying the foundation, right? The images up here are generally read or looked at just like a sentence from left to right. And the whole point is, it's a very simple story. The whole point is to like hear these words in a context, right? To see them in a context, right? So listening is super, absolutely crucial. When we learn another language, we need to be able to hear or understand what is being said to us. Okay. So looking at our screen, I'm going to read essentially from left to right, from this town, okay, to the boys. Okay. And so we'll listen and then we'll start picking it apart. Okay. All right, here we go. So, un niño que se llama Miguel, right? A boy named Miguel, a boy, un niño. All right. En una pequeña ciudad hay un niño que se llama Miguel. Él es amigo de un chico que se llama Carlos. Okay, one more time. Listening. En una pequeña ciudad hay un niño que se llama Miguel. Él es amigo de un chico que se llama Carlos. So real quickly, what words did you hear that you maybe recognize? And you can tell me in English even, right? What words did you hear? En una pequeña ciudad hay un niño que se llama Miguel. Él es amigo de un chico que se llama Carlos. So what words were you able to understand from that sentence? You can put it in English or you can put it in chat. Elizabeth?
He lives in the city. His name is Miguel, and he lives with the boy named Carlos.
Okay, very close, very good. Kamora?
I'm not completely sure on the first part, but I did hear things like amigo. So maybe he was saying Carlos is his friend who lives in the same city with him.
Okay, yeah, friend. Did anybody hear chico? Did anybody hear that word? What's a chico? Y'all remember?
The boy.
Yeah, a little boy. Okay, all right, good. Okay, let's go on to our next slide. Okay, listen. Escuchen, right? Let's listen. Miguel quiere ser maestro, pero Carlos quiere ser periodista. Miguel quiere ser maestro, pero Carlos quiere ser periodista. So what do you think is going on here? Are there words that you recognize? Good, Kamora. What words do we recognize? And you can put them in English, right, you guys, in the chat. Put them in English. What words do we hear? Okay, we hear Miguel. We hear teacher. Good, Arshas. We hear Carlos and we hear reporter, right, or journalist. So if these are little kids, right, we can maybe take a leap to say, oh, that's what they want to be when they grow up, right? Yes. Miguel quiere ser maestro, pero Carlos quiere ser periodista. Okay, very good. All right, let's go on. Good job, you guys. You got good ears. Okay, so now we have a couple of other folks here. Juan es un hombre. Juan es un hombre. La mujer de Juan es dentista en la pequeña ciudad. Okay, I'll say it again. In the chat, pop in English. What words do you hear that you recognize? Okay. Juan es un hombre. La mujer de Juan es dentista en la pequeña ciudad. Okay, very good. Good. Anyone else? Words that it doesn't even have to be the whole sentence. It could just be a word here or there. James, are you picking up any words? Tell me what they are. Very good, Heaven. Aslan, Haley, Dallas, Charlie, what words are you hearing? Good. In English, right? You guys are just popping them in there in English. Very good. Very good, Stacy. Okay, next slide. So look at it. You got a planner, right? You got all kinds of things. Okay, so let's listen. Okay, good, Marlisa. All right. Next slide. Todos los días, los amigos van a la escuela, donde estudian con su profesor. It's a little long. I'll do it again. Todos los días, los amigos van a la escuela, donde estudian con su profesor. What do you hear? Okay, we hear friend, we hear student.
I heard professor.
You heard professor, very good. Today, somebody picked up on today, todos los días, right? Today.
School.
School, la escuela, very good. Okay, so I'll say it again. Todos los días, los amigos van a la escuela donde estudian con su profesor. How about donde? Did anybody pick up
I
donde?
heard student
Go ahead,
and
James. James, go ahead.
I heard student and friends.
Okay, friends, very good. Yes, Holden. Kimura, what did you hear?
Was it trying to say today is where students go to school to teach?
Yeah, where, right? Where. There was a donde in there, but not as a question, right? Because sometimes we use the word where, but not necessarily a question, right? Okay. All right. Good job, you guys. Good hearing, good listening. Okay. Here we go. Un día, un turista visita la ciudad y les cuenta historias sobre su país. That's a lot. Okay, listen again. Un día, un turista visita la ciudad y les cuenta historias sobre su país. What do you hear? Very good. Stacy, very good. Heaven, very good. Kimura. Anyone else? Pop it in the chat in English, you guys. Good, Priscilla. Good, DK. So are we hearing, good, Marlisa, are we hearing a tourist or are we hearing the tourist? I'll say it again. Un día, un turista visita la ciudad. Are we hearing the tourist or a tourist? We're hearing a tourist, un turista, right? What is día? Buenos días. What is día, you guys? Good day. Día is a day. Un día, one day. One day, right? Because it's also a number, right? Absolutely. So we hear tourist, we hear little city or ciudad, and we see, what about this last thing? What do you think this gal's doing in our last image here? Our sentence says, les cuenta historias. Historias. What does that sound like in English?
Telling stories.
Very good. Very good. This tourist is telling stories. Okay, historias. Very good, you guys. All right, last one. Take a look at it. Los niños sueñan ser turistas y viajar. Los niños sueñan ser turistas y viajar. What do we hear? You don't have to tell me what it all means. Just tell me what you think it means or what do you hear, okay? Los niños sueñan ser turistas y viajar. Very good, Marilisa. Based on the images, what do we hear? Very good, Heaven. Very good, Arshas. Yes. So, los niños, the boys, los niños. And we know that the boys are Miguel and Carlos, those specific boys. That's why we say los niños, those boys, those specific boys. Sueñan, right? What are we doing in this image over here, you guys? What are we doing in this image right here? What's this gal doing? Sueñan. What is this image? Well, what does this mean? She's dreaming, right? She's thinking about it. She's dreaming. Okay. So los niños sueñan. The boys are dreaming, right? Sueñan ser turistas. So what are they dreaming about, you guys? Ser turistas. What are they dreaming about? Some of you have already said they're dreaming about being tourists. Absolutely. They're dreaming about being tourists. Okay. And what do tourists do? What do tourists do? They travel, right? So viajar, voyage, to travel. Okay. Yay. Pat yourselves on the back, you guys. That was fantastic. You did a great job. Okay. You see, it's not so hard, right? When we have our images, when we listen, when we see those words, we know those words, right? We can recognize them, not only in a written form, but hearing them, okay? So we don't have to be like, oh, I know every word, right? We can figure it out based on kind of what we see and what we know. And that's how we're going to progress all year long, okay? So next week, we will practice again. We'll do some other things with this story, okay, to help us see our words in context and everything. Remember that next Thursday we will quiz on these definite and indefinite articles, right? And our vocabulary, okay? And I did put, yes, knowing the context, absolutely. I did put a practice exercise in Canvas, and we have just enough time to get there today. So let me make sure I'm good here. Let me make sure. Yes. Okay. It's called Practica Definite and Indefinite Articles. And I'm going to pull it up on my screen here as a student so y'all can see where I'm at. Okay. So we're still in goal numero uno, section numero uno, desafío numero uno, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Take a look at my Zoom screen. Práctica, definite and indefinite. Okay, definite and indefinite. And remember, in your resource library, you should have a visual, and I'll post the notes here as well, okay? Well, actually, the slides are here. You guys could look at the slides as well, okay? All right, any questions? So we have 5 minutes. You guys can knock this baby out in 5 minutes. I have full faith in you. Okay? They're just basic questions about what we've been doing. Just kind of gives me some feedback. Make sure you submit. Okay, if you're having trouble finding it, let me know. In the resource library, it's called How to Say the or How to Say an. It's in the resource library. It's also in our vocab slides in that module. Okay. All right. I need to take roll, don't I? Yes.
I'm having trouble finding the test.
Having trouble finding the activity or the information?
The activity.
Okay. Did you refresh your Canvas screen? You might need to just refresh it.
I refreshed it.
Okay. So if you find Unit 1, Mexico, right? And you should see it says goal, like desafío uno, right? 1. Do you see that? Eslin? Yay? Nay? Let me look on your Go Guardian. Maybe that'll be easier. Can I see you? Okay, here you are. Hold on. Okay, that's it. That's you're right there. Let's see if I can. It's this one right here. Do you see it, Aslan? It's not letting me annotate. Okay. Yeah, that's it. You're there. You are there. Remember, you guys, you can't find it either, Oriana. Let me see your, well, I can't see your Go Guardian screen, Oriana. So makes it hard. I'll pull it up again. Are you in Unidad 1, Mexico? Oh, you found it? Yes. Okay. Oriana, take a look at my screen. Did you refresh your screen? Unidad 1, Mexico?
Yes.
Okay, it should be right here if you can see my Zoom screen. Practica, definite and indefinite articles. Right above the story title. Okay, let me know if you're there because I don't see your Go Guardian screen. Okay, thank you. Okay, in the resource library, you guys, it is there as well. It's going to be the very last thing. If you need help, if you need like a resource, it is there. You can open it up in another tab. Okay. All right. So have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, relax. Hope it's restful for you, exciting for you. Whatever it is, I appreciate you guys and we'll see each other. Hasta lunes, right? See you Monday. Hasta lunes. Okay. Great job today, you guys. Adios. Adios a todos. Adios. Charlie, are you still with me? No. Okay. Well, Charlie needed some help, but I can't help him now. All right, you guys. Adios. Have a good